The Dakota Access Pipeline. Depending on which media outlets you follow, there's a good chance you've heard conflicting reports about it in recent weeks. Let's take a look at what is actually going on and what the media isn't telling you. The $3.8 billion pipeline is nothing new. Proposed in 2014, the Dakota Access Pipeline will cover nearly 1,200 miles of ground in 4 states. Its purpose is to transport nearly 500,000 barrels of crude oil each day from hydrofrac sites in North Dakota to an existing pipeline in Illinois. Now, if you've heard about this pipeline in the media recently, you've probably also heard about the Standing Rock Sioux tribe and their opposition to the pipeline's construction. The tribe filed a lawsuit in July against the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, arguing that the pipeline, which would be placed less than a mile upstream from their land, would cover more than 200 water crossings and could impact drinking water for over 8,000 tribal members. They are also protesting the fact that they say construction of the pipeline will desecrate some of their ancient burial sites. Standing Rock Sioux members argued in court documents that the more they looked at the proposed plan of the pipeline, the more ancient artifacts and burial sites they discovered. However, the archaeological firms hired by Dakota Access have argued that those sites don't exist. The tribe says that this is because the sites were not previously recognized by the federal government. A federal judge rejected the tribe's order to stop construction on Friday, but then a joint statement from the Army, the Justice Department, and the Interior Department announced that they would temporarily halt construction near a lake that is seen as a major water source for the tribe. So if this conflict has been ongoing for months, why are you just now hearing about it in the mainstream media? Well, last week, video was released showing Native American protesters being assaulted by attack dogs and pepper spray as they faced off against private security guards. Images from the aftermath of the attack painted a gruesome picture of injured protesters that included women and a child. This can be chalked up to the fact that when it comes to mainstream media television, when it bleeds, it leads. And you don't see nearly as much coverage of the peaceful protests as you do of the violent ones. Now, other alternative media outlets have noted that there is also footage from a different angle of the incident, which shows protesters provoking the attack dogs by hitting them with sticks. While they may use this footage to try and paint all of the protesters as vandals and social justice warriors who only care about how the pipeline will affect climate change, it's important to remember that the actions of a few do not define the mission of the whole. When it comes to topics like this one, it is no surprise that different media outlets would frame it in different ways to fit existing narratives. Another problem lies in the fact that media access to these protests is limited, and journalists who do cover it from the scene are facing a backlash. 1 week after she reported on and showed footage of the clash between protesters and security guards in North Dakota, Democracy Now! Host and executive producer Amy Goodman is facing an arrest warrant for the misdemeanor offense of criminal trespassing. It's important to note that this protest isn't just made up of a few individuals who are willing to harm animals, and it isn't just limited to the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. There are over 200 Native American tribes protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline at Standing Rock, and their gathering has been called the largest assembly of Native Americans in over 100 years. If anything in this video resonated with you, be sure to share it on social media. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one, subscribe to youtube.com/wearechange.